Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to PG Mid-Atlantic Spittin' Seeds podcast. My name is Gary Wilson. I'm here with the Northeast Scouting Director, John McAdams. How you doing, John?
Good, Gary. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Things are crazy out there right now, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, it's an unprecedented time we got right now, so it's hopefully everybody's staying safe and get back to baseball as soon as possible.
Absolutely. The world's not the same without baseball.
No.
All right, well, hey, this is our first podcast, Spittin' Seeds. I gotta ask you, what's your favorite sunflower seed?
I'd like to mix it up, but I'm gonna have to say we're gonna go with good old ranch.
Ooh, ranch is a good one. I'm a big fan of ranch myself. So, John, thanks for being on here. This is something that we're going to start doing on a regular basis. I'm excited to work with you on this. Next week, we have a couple of program directors that have, volunteered their time to be on here and kind of talk with us about what's going on with, the coronavirus and, what they're doing to stay ready with their programs. Um, I wanted to talk with you, about what you think the kids should do, not kids, but, players, of all levels, what they should do to stay ready, and what they can do to help them expose themselves, for either college or draft purposes without a season going on.
And thanks for having me. Obviously, looking forward to the media coverage and the stuff that we're gonna try to create during these tough times. For the players, I mean, there's a lot of players right now that should be playing their high school seasons or senior seasons in college, and then even the younger kids playing their travel ball as we kind of move forward in the spring. We were probably getting ready to start in a couple weeks. And actually, the best thing, I mean, what I've seen so far from the kids, programs, parents, is ingenuity and kind of going back to the old school stuff, kind of finding what you have within your house, figuring out a way to kind of keep yourself ready. Maybe it's not the same intensity, but it's similar stuff or similar actions.
Yeah,
Creating
you're getting the repetitions.
Yeah, creating home gyms that they didn't have before, using obscure objects as weightlifting tools and so forth. So it's an unprecedented time. It's kind of refreshing to see it because, yeah, we see all this stuff with technology. And listen, there is usefulness to that type of stuff. But just getting back to being outside or being in your garage and doing it on your own kind of individually, one helps obviously you stay ready for the season. But it actually helps with like your mental psyche, I think. I mean, you're doing it yourself. You kind of don't have other people kind of guiding you as much as they would prior. So it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, taking it back to the roots. I remember, when we were kids, it was like an everyday thing to go outside and throw a tennis ball off your steps and just stay active, stay busy while working on your hand-eye coordination. So I agree with you. It is refreshing. There's instruction is always great, but sometimes you just need to work on your athletic ability and your hand-eye coordination. So 100% agree. Um, so that's great. And another thing I wanted to touch on is, while these players are doing all of this stuff at home, whether it's in their basement, their garage, their backyard, you know, um, I would think that a lot of people, a lot of players are having themselves filmed, whether it's for instructional purposes or for exposure purposes. But
Sure.
from a scouting aspect, both as just a scout and a scout for PG, what would you recommend these kids do, these players do to help them to expose themselves on the social media platforms that are so readily available to us today?
Sure. And like you said, it's so readily available. There's numerous handles and media outlets that they can go to with video, whether it's of training, gameplay, if they were fortunate enough to get some gameplay in this year. The unfortunate circumstances kind of leads to uncommitted 2020 grads and or uncommitted sophomores in junior college are kind of being hit hard by this. Let's say the most for now from a standpoint because now they're behind the eight ball. from that standpoint, and us as national scouting guys for PG, our national scouting director Jared Goodwin, and us kind of came up with this idea of creating a perfect game uncommitted Twitter handle where they can then tag us at PG underscore uncommitted with video content, whether of games, PG events that they've played in, training videos, with metrics if they have, with that being so readily available. From there, once they tag us, we've kind of taken it on an individual basis of where they are throughout the country, and each scout provides some data or information on where they play travel ball, or if they did play a travel ball, what perfect game events they participated in, along with some stats. Just kind of giving all the college coaches out there for the uncommitted 2020 high school kids that kind of are maybe under the radar, that haven't gotten out there, kind of providing them with some more information along with that video to kind of untap what's going on, because nobody can get on the field and play games.
Yeah.
So we're looking at either past stuff, past video from a couple of weeks ago, a month ago now, if you're fortunate enough in those other states to get going. So we're trying to create, it's a new platform. We're trying to create a new avenue, and we're going to continue using it. Obviously, when we get back on the field, we're going to continue using it as well. We just thought it was the right time, the right way to help these kids as best as we could.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great idea, because especially right now, because there is no seasons going on. Not only that, but college coaches are, hung up in what they're doing, and some aren't able to work. So, with the new, previous recruiting calendar, and now with coaches not able to go and see on anybody play games
Sure.
or anything else, it's a great idea to have something specific to the uncommitted players where people can go and follow these uncommitted guys. And if you do me a favor, just let everybody know what that handle is again, and is it only Twitter?
Yes, right now, currently, it's only Twitter, and it's at the @ sign, capital P, capital G, underscore, and then the word uncommitted. If you tag us in your video, we then go throughout the day and do retweets. So we're trying to get it out to our followers that have followed that uncommitted page, and then certain obviously avenues. I mean, it's a perfect game Twitter handle, so there's a vast amount of followers that we have. So anybody that can see it, whether it's a college coach passing it on to another friend that's a college coach, it continues to help.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, John. It's all great information. I'm sure that, the people watching will appreciate having this information. But for you, I'm sure that you're bored out of your mind. I know you love watching players, you love watching games. So, what are you most excited for, when the season starts back up?
Just actually, I mean, the funniest part, it's probably the smallest thing. Just getting out there, you see the lines drawn, the players getting ready to play and compete against each other, whether the grass was just cut, that type of stuff. I mean, once the game starts, you kind of fall back into what you're used to or what you've been doing from a scouting standpoint or just watching players. But just being able to get there or have to go there is definitely the most exciting thing. And I think, too, now with a lot of the training methods or what the kids have kind of had to go back to, it's going to be exciting to see maybe the difference or what becomes of maybe these unorthodox training methods that they've had to kind of do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
where the kids are at based on this.
Yeah, see what the results are.
Sure.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing that with everybody. And like I said, you and I are going to be doing some more podcasts on a regular basis, especially throughout this week since there's, not much going on. We'll be interviewing program directors throughout the week to get their, input on what their players are doing, what they think their players should be doing, how they're preparing for the season, the upcoming season without actually being in season right now. So stay tuned for that, and we look forward to seeing you again. We appreciate it, John.
Thank you, Gary, for your time.
Yep. Bye bye.